Today on Bricklas I present you an expansion of the Eldorado Fortress, which was created by the mock designer COLEMANTREBORBESTJEDIEVEE, the best Jedi to have ever, and consists of 1577 parts. It costed me about $165 via Bricklink, and the mock is called Expansion Bundle. It consists of 6 individual modules that the mock designer created to expand the fortress. The instructions for all 6 modules will cost you about $6, which is really not that much. The first module that I present to you today is called Armory. It consists of 454 parts and costs around $60. The Armory extension is built starting at the base on a light and dark grey rock overgrown with plants. The wall of the Armory is yellow on the lower half and white on the upper. The Armory is covered from a roof built with red and brown tiles. In the wall there are gaps that give the building a certain character. In the middle of the wall there's a small imperial flag. If we turn the Armory around, we immediately learn why it has this name. On the upper level is an arsenal of weapons and an anvil, used by the blacksmith of the fortress. And on the lower level is a small warehouse for cannonballs, weapons and tools. Module number 2 is called Central Tower. It consists of 317 parts and will cost you around $50. The module is built on a half-open cave. On it is the tower of the left with a lookout on which a Latin American roof was attached, and furthermore an arch that provides as a passage inside the fortress, which was equipped with another imperial flag. On the inside of the tower we find a ladder that leads us up to the roof. This can be removed, by the way. Next to the ladder we find an empty barrel next to which a musket hangs on the wall. Under the tower is a hole and a ladder that leads down into the cave. Here we find hanging from the ceiling stalactites and a bed. Next we look at a slightly smaller module. This one is called Small Dock. This extension consists of 119 parts and can be ordered for around $12. The dock is very small but nevertheless neatly offset with details. It consists of a footbridge part and a wall built on rock walls. On the bridge we find an empty barrel. The wall is accessible by a well-designed ladder, and on it we find a gun. The rock wall itself is partly hollow and continues the secret passage you already know from the original LEGO set. Let's take a look at the Central Cave expansion. It consists of 298 pieces that can be obtained for $45. The Central Cave serves as the storage room of the fortress and ensures that all modules are connected to each other. It consists of a large cave and a large area where we find a wheelbarrow and a piece of the wall, as well as various goods including boxes filled with bananas and fish. This part of the corridor we can remove to store goods using the crane from the original set. In the cave we find a crate filled with bottles that can be moved with the crane and a site surrounded by water. The second last module is called Cave Entrance. It consists of 94 parts and will cost you around $14. This module serves as a transition between the crane module and the larger main module. It consists of an open overgrown cave entrance on top of which stands a classic imperial wall. The last and sixth expansion is called the dock expansion and consists of 295 pieces that can be purchased for a good $35. The extension, as the name suggests, adds another part of the walkway that protrudes into the rock wall overgrown with plants and palms. There's also a square cannon point that fits in very well. Below the wall is again a hollowed passage that can be connected to the others. Now that I've presented you all 6 modules, I want to show you these in conjunction with the rest from the original set. These can either all be connected together to show the fortress in a closed state. I must say it makes a real nice impression when everything is connected together. I thought even when building the original set that it is a really impressive set, but when I added the 6 modules that contain 1500 parts, so almost again the part number of the original set, then it is just impressive how beautiful the set can look like and how much more complete it looks when the 6 modules are added. The second layout, in which we plug all modules next to each other, I also find cool, but I do not like it so much that everything is open in the back, so I personally like the closed variant better. I'm curious which one you find better looking. What I can also imagine is that if someone creates even more expansions, that you can even close them in the long variant. That would be an ultra large mock, but nowadays in the LEGO world I have already seen a lot, so it is not unlikely. I would definitely find it cool to see further expansions of the Eldorado Fortress. I must also look at how I do with the space, because it already takes away some space. Last but not least, I want to say that I find the expansion very successful, because I generally love it when mock designers of existing LEGO sets create expansions, and especially with this one, where it seems as if they were created by LEGO itself. Now that we are at the end of the video, I want to thank you for taking your time and watching it. If you liked the video, please support it with a like and even subscribe if you would like to. In the near future I'm releasing another video and I hope you stay tuned. As always, I wish you a nice day. It's been a pleasure. Your Bricklas. Ciao.